Okay, could I have everyone please rise for the pledge and remain standing for the land acknowledgement statement? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Salamanca City Central School District acknowledges the homeland of the Anandawetka, the people of the Great Hill, the Seneca people, on whose ancestral and modern-day land Salamanca School District now stands and whose water we enjoy. We stand with all Indigenous peoples in their resolve to remain connected to their land. While we cannot undo what has been done, it is the goal of the Salamanca City Central School District to recognize the history and make improvements that will benefit the next 7 generations of Indigenous students.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome. Okay, do we have any changes to the agenda?
Yes, just to, after it was published on Friday, we added Mara Stokes, the JV softball coach, and Christina Martins, also the JV softball coach, to personnel action number 1.
Okay, then we need a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Carrie, second by Dale. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried. Just for the record, Mr. Ryder and Mr. Early are excused absent for tonight. All right. We are gonna move on to our presentation. So we have a budget presentation. Yay.
Exciting stuff. Everybody's calm down.
Yeah.
You guys gonna hook me up?
This is good stuff she has right here.
Yeah, we are.
Work.
Yeah. All right, so tonight we're doing instructional, as promised. So again, the things that we know, last time there were 6 retirements, this time there are 8. So we added 2 more, another teacher and another custodian. So we're at a total of 8 retirements for the year. Tax levy will remain at $250,000. The retirements by year, I thought this was kind of cool to see where we were. 21, 22, 23 grew, 24 dropped a little, 25 dropped way down, and then 26 back up a little bit with 8 retirements. The unknowns, state aid, budget's not due until April 1st, so we don't know what our final number is going to be. And the 2 contracts, the STA and the CSU, are currently under negotiations, so we don't know where those will end up. Next. So here we are with the instructional budget. Curriculum development is up 11%, and that is primarily doing additional professional development. Supervision is up 3%. That's primarily salary increase for the personnel in there. In-service programs up 33%. That is primarily professional development, bringing people in and sending people out of district for professional development. Across the board. And I'm going to stop right there for a second. So at the very bottom is the key thing to remember. These figures do not include any increases for STA or CSU at this point because they have not been settled. So even though if you look at the bottom line and it's a 1.2 or a 4%, $1.2 million or a 4% increase, that number is going to rise based on the outcome of those 2 budgets, those 2 union agreements. So even though it looks like teaching went down 1%, it's really not going to, because once I put in the salary increases, once they're decided, that will definitely increase. Students with disability went up 11%, primarily in the BOCES costs because they are enormous. Occupational education, that's our CTE programs where we send our kids to the Ellicottville Center. That's up only 6%. That is based on a 3-year rotating average. So we don't get a spike in one year being like 1.2 million, the next year being, 50,000 or something like that. They do a 3-year rolling average on that, which helps maintain that budget line. Special schools is Warrior Academy and all the summer stuff. Library program, obviously libraries. Computer assisted program, that's all of the tech teachers and all of Marcy's team in the tech department and all the equipment, hardware and software needed to run everything that we have. Attendance, obviously, for the whole district, guidance services, that's all 3 buildings and anyone in the guidance offices. Health services is the 4 nurses that we have, running the nursing program here. And psychology services is the 2 psychologists we have. Social work is the numerous social workers that we have. Some of them are 100% paid by general fund and others are paid by grant programs in part. People personnel services, special schools, that is actually the weirdest title ever for the liaisons. So that's what it is on our end. The that account code 2830 is according to the state is people personnel services, special schools. 2850 is co-curriculars. That's all of the clubs and activities that we have advisors for. And then interscholastics is obviously the athletic program, and community rec looks like it's 100% decrease, and it is because Kim has her final phase of the playground in this current year, so there's not another request for next year. So overall, 1.2 million dollar or 4% increase based on where we are right now. Yes, ma'am.
That students with disability line that you said went up, and mainly because of BOCES, do we get reimbursed for that still? No.
No, we get excess cost aid on the kids that are over our threshold. So if we have students that their program is, say, $100,000, which we have several of, our threshold is around $53,000. So we'll get excess cost aid on the amount over the threshold number. But any of the other special ed costs at BOCES, we do not get.
Okay.
BOCES data. Anything else? You know, it's a lot to look at.
Can you explain the attendance, what that means, or is that just like that?
That's the attendance officer.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, tracking down the kids.
Gotcha.
Why aren't you in school?
Yep.
Why aren't you at work? Christian. No. Anything else in there? You can obviously think about it, but I'm going to push Levi on. And we'll look at the same exact costs broken down by expense type. So salaries, of course, it looks like it's a decrease, but it's really not going to be in the end. Equipment down 92,000. Contractual, that's where it's up. There's a lot of additional things happening in there, including the cost of maintaining the phone system and maintaining all of our technology systems. And then BOCES cost, of course, went up. Materials and supplies is down just a tiny bit. So again, it's the $1.2 million increase or 4%. And next time will be BOCES and debt service, and then also updates on, hopefully we'll have something with STA and CSU by then. I'm crossing my fingers, I'm hoping. Because we're getting close to, having to finalize this thing, and we ran into that last year where we had contracts that were not approved prior to the approving of the budget in April, which makes it very difficult to manage. So April 1st, we'll do a final overview of the budget, and that's when you'll adopt it. If not, we have until April 24th at the latest date to adopt it. And then on May 12th will be the budget hearing, and on the 19th will be the vote. Any questions?
Anyone have any questions? Okay.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. Good job here. All right, then, do we have any public communication? Do not, all right. And we'll move on to Title VI. Aaron, you got an update for us?
So we'll actually be bringing in our Seneca Youth Dancers and our Indigenous Youth Council to be presenting at the next board meeting for present the NISA trip from the Las Vegas
Yeah.
trip that we did there. So I don't want to get into too much of that, because we'll have some of the kids, of course, talk about their experiences and things they learned and what they represented on that trip back in December. But For Title VI, and then in April, we'll actually be doing a lot of the same things that Karen is doing. Obviously not as smooth and as great as she does it. So I will be doing our public hearing on April 22nd. Basically going over that updated 20-page PowerPoint slide of Title VI and budgets and all that fun stuff. So make it there if you'd like. And then but before that, on April 15th, we'll actually be having our Indigenous Parent Committee or IPC meeting. And that'll be kind of the last big approvals of everything, going through everything again with all the budgets, one last time for final approvals, and then doing that public hearing. After all of that, we're good to go right into 26-27 school year and start doing some of the groundwork, right? So that was kind of what's going to be coming up, and I'll update probably more on that board meeting in April. But then May, for this month, we had a lot of fun things going on. We actually had the Regalia Workshop Week, we're calling it, with local artist Chanel Cook. She is going to be in Lori's class pretty much all day from 7:45 to 4. That's not what we wrote the contract for. She just wants to be there all day and be around and help the kids on times that they have time off in class or during lunches or whatever. So she's going to be set up shop with Andrea Cook as well down there, and some of the Native Services staff in and out kind of helping with that workshop. We also have the Washington DC and Carlisle Indian boarding school trip coming up next week. That'll be the 19th to the 21st. We're first going down to Carlisle boarding school location. Right now, actually, that's partially a military training base. So we actually had to go through the steps to get everyone registered and pre-registered and registered to get onto the or through the military portions to be able to check out a little tour at the Carlisle Indian boarding school. And then on our way down to DC to do a lot of the things that we did last year with the museums, speaking to lobbyists and different type of opportunities. We are trying to, I know Shay has a little bit more information on that. So she can probably share with some of the kids when we come back at our presentation at the next board meeting. But she's been working more with like the nation and some other people to try to get some collaboration happening down there while we're down there as well with the kids. So then we are going to also be doing the 25th to 27th of March. We're going to be doing our maple boiling again. That's typically where we set up at our school location down by Broad Street. It's kind of where those old buses and stuff were in that little location there. We've done it for the last few years now. It's kind of grown in popularity with not only community, but others coming to even check out the process and stand by. Typically not during school hours. We've had a couple of community members and others come after school hours while some of the fire keepers are still there, finishing up boiling processes and those things. We'd like to invite any counselors or board members to come check it out. We'll be down there pretty much the 25th and 26th will be the boiling days. The 27th, we're going to kind of move more back into the classrooms and do some of the other things with the syrups at that time, or with the boiling at that process of time. So yeah, if you're able to stop down, we'll have hot dogs and things like that for everybody. And for the kids, we'll have classes, of course, rotating down there. Classes helping with the boiling process. So just a little bit of what's happening this month and what's happening in April. So yeah.
What time is that on the 25th?
So the 25th, fire keepers are going to probably be on there like 6 in the morning, just starting getting everything ready. And then we're starting doing classes as soon as we can. I don't know if they're doing like first period or anything. I'm kind of leaving that up to instructional, however people want to do it efficiently. But last year it went great. They came out with whole work packets. We did easy ups. We were given syrup flavored hot dogs because we were boiling them in the actual sap. And doing like actual curriculum with teachers and doing a lot of fun things. So it's just a good environment. We keep a lot of knowledge and language and things like that flowing during those times too. So.
No. How much syrup do you get?
So we did like 80 gallons last time and we got like a bottle and a half. yeah. This doesn't make very much.
Yeah.
It's like 40 gallons is like a bottle basically. And then we use some to make some candies and stuff, some fun stuff like that. Made it more scientific and mathematical and different things like that we can, of course, integrate that kind of stuff with. So
Awesome.
Yeah, we just did tapping actually like last week at Prospect. Bundy had come down from the nation
Mhm.
and he's great, right? So he's giving the stories to the kids, and, tapping the trees, and it went really, really good. So
Good.
everything's smooth.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any other questions for Aaron? Not here, so we'll move on to central message. Karen, you have anything else you want to add?
I do, we won another award.
Oh, good.
The National School Boards Association awarded the district with the Silver Award for our indoor air quality program. To support long-term sustainability, the district is aligning indoor air quality improvements with energy efficient initiatives, ensuring that school facilities remain healthy, resilient, and well-maintained for generations to come. The work reflects the traditional stewardship principle of planning for the next 7 generations, honoring the district's responsibility to its Indigenous students and community. So along with that, the superintendent and board president are supposed to attend the conference in San Antonio and go on stage and accept the award in April on Saturday, and then also be recognized at the breakfast on Sunday.
And what exact dates are
April 10 to 12.
those? Okay. Is that funny, Jerry?
Oh, that's right.
One way to celebrate my birthday.
Oh. Well, happy
Yeah.
birthday. Looks
Yeah.
like you're going to Texas.
We'll send
Happy birthday.
That's right. Oh, boy. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay.
So it's the National School Boards Association, not just New York State, it's national. So there were 10 awards granted, 3 much larger school districts won the gold awards, and we, along with another school district, won a silver award. The other school district is in Massachusetts with over 20,000 students.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool.
Okay. We gotta be there the 10th, is that?
The Saturday, the 11th, you have to be there for the general session at 2:30, which is when you're called up on stage. And then there's a breakfast on Sunday morning when you're recognized and presented with your trophies as well.
Sign me up.
And they specifically they said 2 representatives, superintendent and board members. And you're named on the grant, so.
Okay. All right.
Prepare your speech.
Awesome. Well, yeah, you know, I do like to talk. Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. Love to hear that we're getting more and more grants.
That's all I have for now.
Okay, then,
Mrs.
Nikki-
Beaver is at a conference, actually.
Yeah, so she's not on. Okay. All right, then we'll move on to the board message. Christian, you want to start us off?
Yeah, no, thank you, and I appreciate the updates tonight. It's really exciting to hear that we won a national award, and it seems to be the trend lately around here that we're just onward and upwards and continuing to do great things around here. And that starts right here with many of you guys in this room, so I thank each and every one of you, in addition to your staff and the students and so on. Yeah, a lot of great stuff happening, so that's really great to hear. I appreciate the update from Karen on the fiscal side of it. And obviously, Aaron, with all your work you're doing, appreciate that. Some good updates. I got a note here. I did start to receive, I got a couple letters from some of the, I think, seniors from government class that are writing to me as an elected official of the nation on different topics and issues and trying to come up with solutions. So I wanted just to continue to encourage anyone out there to reach out to me if you need your assignment to do. I'd be happy to work with you and respond to your letters. I had a lot of fun doing that last year, and I'm already having fun doing it this year. So if you follow up with me after this, if you need my email or information, I'd be glad to get it out to you. And no, I'm just looking forward to the to the future presentations of, everyone that's heading up to DC next week. I know, a few of my colleagues, Odie Porter and a few of them were able to catch up with Michelle and link them up with some great lobbyists that we have on the nation side and connect them with you guys and Michelle and everybody going down there. So I, rest assured that you guys will be in good hands, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. And, I was actually trying to find a spot and talking to some of my colleagues, I might have to go down there and chaperone them or something. No, but I know, right? No, I'm sure it'll be really good, and it's great to hear that the amount of students that are going. I heard they close to 40 or something like that.
Yeah,
A good
yeah.
amount.
That was our starting list, starting to
Yeah,
dwindle, but we're
yeah,
still way
no,
up there.
I get it. I get
It
it.
came from like 8 to 12 last year to now we're, so
Yeah, it's just continuing to grow.
Yeah.
And we had some great dialogue today actually about this topic, over at the Seneca Nation too. So I think, continue to do the work we're doing here is continuing to shine bright amongst other districts as well. We're leading by example. So good work to you all, and, yeah, keep up the good work, and, yeah, safe travels to your trip and to Carlisle Indian Boarding School. That's exciting. I look forward to hearing some more updates, and yeah, I'll submit the rest of my time to my colleagues here. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Kristen. Tracy?
Yes, thanks, Kristen. You said a lot.
Always do.
And I guess I feel the same way without having to repeat everything that
Go
Kristen
ahead,
said.
repeat it.
So, yeah, so, yes, thanks to everybody who continues to do great things. And, I guess that's it for me.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming out today. A lot of students in the audience today. Must be it's getting close to the end of the school year where you have to get your hours in, huh? I attended the Allegheny Cattaraugus School Boards Association meeting last week, and they're planning an event in April. And I asked Dr. Wheeler if he'd like to serve on the panel to discuss school district concerns with our elected representatives from the state. So he graciously accepted. Thanks, Mark.
Absolutely honored.
So other than that, I think I'm good for tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Gary?
Just want to say thank you to everybody, teachers, staff, my colleagues, administrators, everyone. Thank you for all the awesome work that you guys do. This place doesn't run with all the hard work that you guys put in every single day, and it doesn't go unnoticed, and it is appreciated. So thank you. Great to see all the students here. I agree with my colleague Dale. It must be getting that time where you're running short on time. You got to get here. So Teresa and I were talking before the meeting, and we were thinking we were going to prolong this one for probably 3-hour meeting or so, just to keep everyone entertained and carry this out. That way you can at least say you saw and you witnessed some of school board governance for an extended period of time. So what time are we thinking? Like run it till 8:30 or so? Or
Yes.
9?
Give or
Okay.
take.
Yeah. We're gonna order in pizza in a couple
Yeah,
days later.
okay.
So. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna move right along tonight. But no, we're a little past halfway through the school year, so I just hope everyone really buckles in and make sure you take care of all of your duties at school and do a good job and finish strong. We still got a few months before the end is in sight. Just keep at it.
Yeah.
That's all I got for tonight.
Yes, welcome, everybody. It's good to see all the students and staff and community members that are here tonight. We like to see a packed house. I know you guys like to come, and I figured you were here to celebrate my birthday with me. And for those of you that don't know, this is my birthday week. Unlike Mark, I do like to celebrate my birthday all week long. Just kidding, but I'm glad to see everybody here tonight. Congratulations to all of the winter sports teams. They might not have finished where they wanted to, but congratulations on participating in the seasons that they had. Also to our theater groups and to our musical groups and everybody that are out there and participating. That's what we want. We want our kids to be involved. I'm gonna say what I always say. There's something that you see in the school that you want, let us know. Because we want students to be involved. We want you to want to come to school, to be here. And sometimes one organization just might make you want to be here. not just to hear us up here talking. But we want to make this place the best it can be. And with that, if you see things that you think should be changed to make our school district better, because even though we want to think we're perfect, we know we're not, let us know. We're always open to different ideas. We're always open to think outside the box. We're always willing to try new things if possible. So please don't be afraid to give us a shout and let us know. And with that, we will keep it kind of speedy tonight.
There we go.
And I will turn it over to Dr. Reed.
All right, I'm going to turn the majority over of my time to Ms. Hawkins in a moment here. So who's going to share some terrific news, but I did just want to mention that, as you've heard, a lot has happened just in the past couple of weeks, or actually even just the past week, with the theater production. Yesterday we had right? Yesterday, it's only Tuesday. All right, yesterday, spring sports started. And it was really nice to be able to see students outside. The weather was great, but with the fields that we have outside, you know, they weren't slopping through mud. Keep them off the fields because we're worried about the condition of them. And it was really nice to see our student athletes out there right on day one on the turf or on the courts. That was wonderful. I also just want to make a note, tomorrow night is the band concert. So please, if you're available, come and support our musician. And at this, I'll turn it over to Ms. Hawkins, who has some very exciting news to share.
And I was hoping she was going to come in. She's at esports right now. All right. So we went to state competition this past week. And Mr. Long came because we're very excited to see him across the foyer when he was in his he went on like a tour. But really exciting is our charter took #1 in New York State in growth. We had 496% growth this year for signups. Jillian Hawkins took top 10 in food marketing testing. She got a 96 on her exam. And then she also was nominated into the DECA National Honor Society, which is like a huge goal. Out of 3,300 kids, they took 298. She was one of them. And then we came home thinking like that was the end of it. And then we got an email on Saturday. Jillian has been invited to go to nationals. So she won't be competing so far on the national level, but there's a level in between state and national where they take in 25 New York State kids out of those 3,300, and they go into classes from 8 to 3:30, and they compete within those classes, and they do trainings, and they get college credit, and she has been offered a chance to go. Very exciting.
Yeah.
That is really.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Yes, great job. You'll have to let us know her experience. You'll have to come in and present.
Yeah,
And
and we're actually presenting at the next board meeting.
oh,
And then we'll have to present again when we, come back from that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Awesome.
awesome. Thank you for sharing. Do you have anything else you want to share? You're
Oh, I'm
good?
good.
All right, then I guess we will move on to the consent agenda. So we need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Dale, second by Tracy. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Item 6, under new business, we have our Cattaraugus County election polling agreement. And that is for the state local primary election for Tuesday, June 23rd. June 23rd for the general election and Tuesday, November 3rd. I said that wrong. Primary election is June 23rd and the general election is November 3rd. So we need a motion to approve the polling place agreement.
Motion.
Motion by Christian,
Second.
second by Dale. Are there any questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this doesn't affect anything with the school day operations, instruction.
It does mildly at Prospect. we struggled with Ward 5, which has to have a polling place, which is, I don't know, IDA compatible or ADA compliant. So realistically, the school is the only structure that is available there. So the affected area is primarily the gymnasium. We put extra security on, and this is something that we are relatively familiar with because it happens pretty close there every year.
Okay, any other questions? Then we have a motion by Kristen, second by Dale. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next, we have a contract with Cattaraugus County Department of Social Services from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th of 2027. So we need a motion to approve that contract.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Tracy, second by Dale. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Item C is our stolen environmental contract. And that is for phase 5.1 for the transportation facility. And this is not to exceed 25,000. So we need a motion to approve that contract.
Motion.
Motion by Carrie,
Second.
second by Christian. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next, we have our SDA memorandum of agreement. So we need a motion to approve the MOA.
Motion.
Motion by Dale.
Second.
Second by Tracy. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Item E, we have some items we need to declare surplus, which is IT equipment. So we need a motion to approve the surplus items.
Motion. Second.
Leave on first.
Yeah.
Motion by Tracy, second by Carrie. Any question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as I look down the list, so I see a lot of antiquated laptops. Mercy's not even here.
Yep.
Huh? Mark?
No, you're not. I'm on it.
All right, explain what's going on here.
So these are mostly technology devices that we essentially have turned over in the past year to a year and a half. And I'm going to ask Karen, do we actually keep these or do we turn these back over to BOCES?
It depends on whether we bought them directly, whether we bought them direct or bought them through a grant or bought them through BOCES, it will depend on where they go.
Where they go. So it's, of course, with everything, it's not an easy answer as far as what happens to them. If we purchase them through BOCES, they actually go back to BOCES for surplusing. The other devices will follow our normal process for disposing of or auctioning or whatever that might look like. But before we can do that, they have to officially be surplus.
Yeah. So explain to me, what does antiquated mean when we're talking about a Surface laptop?
Yeah, they're just
A
old.
ThinkPad?
Yep, so they're, for one reason or another, they are beyond their service life. So it could be their warranty. It could be that they simply didn't have the computing capacity to function the way we needed them to. But we're on a multi-year replacement schedule so that we're not replacing all of them. While this looks like a large number, this isn't every single student device. So each year, a certain number get replaced according to the need and their lifespan.
Okay. So,
And antiquated to probably you and I mean different things. Antiquated isn't really that old. It's only a few years old. Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking like 2010 or what?
Yeah, no, these are probably only about 5 years old,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
Yeah, you can't get chat on there.
Yeah, right.
All right, so another question. So we got an obsolete projector.
Right, so those would likely be the projectors, the old school projectors. Yeah, well, actually, we don't even have them here.
Well, yeah, the one up here,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
they took out just because the bulbs are so expensive and it's not worth repairing. That's why we have the monitors in here.
Right.
But that used
So-
to drop down and project in the front and the back.
So most of actually at one point in time, every classroom had those, but the cost for replacement of those as well as the maintenance on them exceeded what we could invest in the panels that we now see in the classrooms.
Okay, any other questions? Then we have a motion by Tracy, second by Carrie, all in favor? Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next, we have a donation from the Seneca Nation for about approximately $6,000. So for the Washington DC trip, so we need a motion to approve this donation.
Motion.
Motion by Dale,
Second.
second by Christian. Are there any questions?
Yeah. So why are we asking for donations to pay for food in the first place?
Yeah, I think.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
district does not have the ability to, there's certain things we can pay for, certain things we cannot. Food is one that districts are prohibited from paying for. So while most of the, all the rest of the other costs are paid through grants or district resources, that remains, or the food remains an item that we can't cover. So the group has fundraised and they actually asked a couple of groups for donation, including the Seneca Nation.
Okay, so I got a couple questions though.
Sure.
So how is that different than giving per diem? Because.
These are student trips, these are student field trips.
So we don't give per diem to students, but employees we do?
Right.
Okay. All right, so and then on the form is 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, grade total 6. What's that about?
So I can help with that too as well.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Michelle is for, originally our trips were for Indigenous Youth Council the last couple of years to Washington and the things we've been doing. Typically they ask for 2,000. I think it's just, I don't know, she doesn't want to blow through the money for the next year or something, or I don't know why she really asked, but the group came up to I had the opportunity to ask for it last year. They got it. They wanted to do it again this year, but then the group got way bigger with the Native Crafts class and Native Seneca history class. So then, and the big meeting, they felt that it was only fair to also ask for 2,000 for both of those classes. So that's why it's 2, 2, 2, 2. Or else it would have just been the same 2 that we would always ask for IYC the last few years. Now that these additional classes are in there, I'm only trying to just like, I don't really know exactly, but that's what from as far as I know, she wanted them to give fair, so all the classes got 2,000 each. So she did the diligence of writing her all the letters, sending them off, and then I guess getting approved. As far as I know, I know she might have more information.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, we got a motion by Dale, a second by Christian, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next, we have a donation from Rebecca Bowen. And this is to cover senior trip costs for 2 students. Valued at $100, so we need a motion to approve that donation.
Motion.
Motion by Carrie.
Second.
Second by Dale, are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. We have a donation from Red House Memorial Church. $500, and that is to help cover senior trip cost for 2 students. So we need a motion to approve that donation.
Motion.
Motion by Tracy. Second by Christian. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next, we have calendar amendment for 25-26. And that is to amend the designated Friday, March 20th, Superintendent Day, with no student attendance. So you're welcome, guys. So we need a motion to approve the school calendar.
Motion.
Motion by Carrie. Second by Dale. All in favor? Questions? Go ahead, questions.
All right, Mark, tell us what's going on here.
Sure. So this was initially a half-day superintendent day, and we had scheduled our staff wellness day, which was exceptionally successful last year, for the day after the Super Bowl, so February 6th. But we adjusted some of the activities for that particular day, which became our safety day. Safety for our staff members. I mean, there were other things, but primarily safety related. So we ended up pushing back the wellness day, which I'm gonna ask Karen, is there anything you want to mention on that? Because the wellness day really has been a project of Karen, who's put a lot of work into this, and I don't want to take any credit for that, it's all you. But there's,
Probably.
there you go.
There's probably 15 different sessions that they can take. There's 4 different time frames during the day. They sign up for different sections, anything from curling, being taught by our own John Haley, to learning how to can and food preservation, to reading the wild robot, to volleyball. But there's a secret coming that I haven't confirmed yet, but there's holistic yoga. There's I think it's self-defense or something along that line. Maybe it's kickboxing. And pickleball. There's a bunch of it, and walking in Vets Park or out back at the track. There's a bunch of different stuff happening that people sign up for and can participate in. And the one that I think is hysterical that a lot of people are so excited about is at lunchtime, there's the JCPenney photo shoot. If any of you that are old like me remember doing the JCPenney or the Kmart or the Sears photo shoot, that apparently it's a big thing. So that's happening at lunchtime. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's something that is actually promoted by our medical plan. So people can earn points, people that are participating in our medical plan and participate in our what's called CHC well-being. You do different things. If you get your biometric screening, which basically is getting your blood drawn and it goes in for screening, and your results are sent to your doctor, and you participate in all these different, you can do challenges or you can do different things on this wellness day, you earn points. And our staff that are members of the health plan can earn up to $300 in gift cards just by participating and basically taking care of yourself. So a lot of the activities that we're doing on this wellness day will count towards that. So that's cool as well.
There you go.
Any other questions? All right, then let's make it official. We have a motion by Carrie, second by Dale. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, and carried.
Thank you. So I just wanted to acknowledge that we're kind of excited about the D that you just approved, which was the memorandum of agreement for the Future Farmers of America Club. And that is in large part due to work that Karen has done also. This is gonna be the Karen show today.
Yeah,
Do you want to talk a little bit about, and Sandy?
Sandy, yeah, I
There we
was just
go.
gonna say, that's like 99% Sandy and 1% Karen. Yeah, so one of the grant programs that we have includes the funding for that, as well as funding for 5 students to work over the summer in the funding program. So this position will be the FFA advisor coordinator and work with the students in creating this program and helping along with our farmer school programs and getting even more up and running than we have right now. So that's very cool.
That is very cool. All right, then we will move on to item 7, which is our personnel consent agenda. We have item A. It's retirements and whatnot. So we need a motion to approve 7A.
Motion.
Motion by Tracy,
Second.
second by Dale. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Then we have personnel item C, which is a probation extension. We need a motion. No, we don't need one. We should.
You do.
All right, we need a motion to approve item 7C.
Motion.
Motion by Dale. Second by Christian. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Item D is introduction of.
Yes, let me just preface that by my usual statement that I make when we extend a probation. This is really due to a technicality of likely leaves of absences or certification or whatnot. It is in no way a reflection on the performance of the individual. So I just always like to make sure that everybody understands that this is not anything to be concerned about. It's really just a formality and a technical action that we take. We do have, let's see, Dr. Dudek, would you like to say a couple of words?
Sure, I would love to. Please join me in congratulating Alyssa Steinman on her well-deserved promotion to Director of Special Education. Alyssa has consistently led every interaction with expertise and credit and integrity and unwavering commitment to student success and very inclusive practices. Her thoughtful collaboration with educators, her time spent in the buildings and with families and community partners has strengthened the services and outcomes across many of our programs and building programs within. We're excited for the leadership vision and continued impact she will bring in this new role. So thank you for allowing her to join us.
Page.
Yeah.
I'm just very grateful for the opportunity. So thank you guys so much.
Let's see, I don't see anyone else unless somebody's going to, okay. But I do want to acknowledge, and we will be acknowledging her again in the fall, Andrea Cook, who has submitted her retirement, which is it's one of those mixed feelings, right? It's very well deserved and it's exciting for her, but at the same time, it will be very much a loss to the district. As well as for Chris Mercaldo, he's a custodian that you have probably seen. Actually, I can guarantee you have seen him in the halls. Relatively quiet individual, but one of those folks who's always working away. So we in June will acknowledge all of our retirees at a little bit of a meeting and reception.
Okay. Else? You got a little bit of an award, huh? Yeah. Stand up. Be proud of yourself and you got that. I'm really proud of you and glad that you came here. It's something that you were picked and we're proud of you and go get them, kid. All right. Next, we're gonna move on to our board information reports and discussion. So item A is a transfer. And item B, we have a thank you letter from Sandy Madera. Just wanted to send a note of thanks to all that was a part of helping with our grand reopening of the Bill Flanagan Memorial Ice Pond. The chili was awesome and helped warm us up. The banner also looked great. Thank you for allowing them to be a part of our events. You deserve a bouquet of thanks. Sincerely, Sandy Madera. So that was nice. Good job on the chili, John. Maybe you'll make pancakes for Aaron syrup. I'm not sure. Throwing that out there. Yeah, or a pancake. We also have our transportation report and then our upcoming events. March 11th is our Indigenous Education Committee meeting to be held at 4 o'clock here. And lo and behold, the 15th is my birthday. So yeah, it is my birthday. I'll be 29 again, guys. 29 again. March 24th, I know, right? March 24th is our next Board of Education meeting. I will not be here and Carrie's gonna run it. I'm gonna be on a cruise. So everybody be on guard. Get your stuff ready. Get all your bags ready.
We're gonna have a really long
We're
meeting,
gonna have a
guys.
really, yeah. You might want to avoid the 24th.
Chances they're writing notes down right now.
Just like working on everything else.
I'm ready.
The
No.
April 8th is our next Indigenous Education Committee meeting, and then April through the 10th is spring break. So with that, anybody that needs to go can, because we are going to go into an executive session. So run while you can, guys, and thank you for coming. With that, I need a motion to go into executive session. Motion by Carrie, second by Dale, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried.